It's Gorilla Time.
First and foremost, of course, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Mashiach Yahushai. This is Brother Assad, and I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Brother Chief Priest Alza, aka the Guerrilla Hebrew. As usual. And we're just going to kind of continue off of what we did last time with the brother, with his recently released album entitled Elect. So, I think we did the first 6 last
we did
time.
the first half, now we're doing the second half.
Okay. Matter of fact, you want to just keep the list right
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right. So,
Apeshit is the next one.
Apeshit, okay.
There we go.
Are there any features on Apeshit?
No.
That's just you. Okay.
Just me on Apeshit.
Now, again, as the title, as the intro we gave, Alice Arbelon, aka the Guerrilla Hebrew.
This
Was
is right.
that any inspiration to Apeshit?
Of course, because the first line of the song, the reason why it's even called Apeshit, it was just, I didn't have that title. I just wrote the song and then I just said, I just took the Apeshit line, because the first line is, he's a gorilla, he go apeshit, they just can't contain him. So I just said, okay, we just gonna call it apeshit, the gorilla thing, whatever that works. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where it comes from, and of course that's a saying of somebody went apeshit, like they went crazy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So that's kind of was the inspiration behind the title. You know?
What, for somebody to ask, what is your infatuation with gorillas and apes and what are they called? The what family? Because the chimps and the what else? What you know what I'm talking about?
Damn, well, they're all in the primate family, right? But then they got,
Apes
you
specifically.
got the ape family,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Gorillas.
That differentiates from the monkey family.
Uh-huh.
Well, of course, number one, the term gorilla, especially at the onset when, myself and Sonetta brainstormed about, moniker or, an AKA for me to have. When we came with Guerrilla Hebrew, it was G-U, G-U-E-R-R-I-L-L-A, Guerrilla, which is in reference to guerrilla warfare. When you deal with, in the Romance language, the Latin language, it deals with war, right? The Spanish, they call, you may see people with the last name Guerrero, famous wrestler Eddie Guerrero, for example. That means like a warrior in the Spanish language. Guerre in the French language and the Creole language, dealing with war. So guerrilla is dealing with unorthodox forms of warfare. Of course, most recently, we see the Haitian Revolution is utilized to defeat the French. If we go back in antiquity, we see the SICARRI, the ancient SICARRI, of course, which we draw a name from, using it to defeat the Roman in many battles, eventually losing to the Romans, but in many battles for a long time defeated the Romans with guerrilla warfare. Further back than that, we go to the Maccabees and the Maccabean revolt, the Levites, and they successfully used guerrilla warfare against the Greeks. So the term guerrilla on that level has always been something I identify with and I like because of all that. But then, of course, there's the other side. Sounds the same, spelled different. Okay, the animal, the gorilla, and I talked about this a little bit on the Homecoming documentary. When I was young, there used to be this hood mall, real ghetto mall, that they just had a gorilla in.
Just a whole live gorilla.
A whole live gorilla, Ivan the gorilla, who when they took him out of there, they sent him to Atlanta, the Atlanta Zoo, you know what I'm saying? So since I was little, I always liked gorillas anyway. So then, of course, when it came time to create the Urban Gorilla brand and also, utilize it in my own personal, the branding of myself, coming with the GRLA, the abbreviation of 4 letters, it just made it made sense because when you look at the abbreviation, it could go either way. It could be guerrilla warfare, it could be gorilla like the animal. It could go either way. And also when you deal with even from being in high school. In high school, I started I got real cool with this dude named Jordan from my PE class, man. Cool brother, Benjamin brother. And he was like a tagger. So from hanging around him, I started to learn about the graffiti culture. And I learned in the graffiti culture, which is just dominated by like Southern Kingdom, Issachar, and stuff like that. From being around the graffiti culture, I learned that the 4-letter name was the best one to have. Okay. So they would come with the names then. I'm trying to think about some names, some niggas that I really, some writers they would always have. There's a name I'm thinking about. We had Liar, Liar, Real. Them was two prominent dudes, especially Real. That was a nigga I was really tight with. But it was other ones like they were. Nigga was writing Caesar, right? But spelling it like Czar, CZAR. Stuff like that. Like anything that's 4 letters, it was better that way. You know what I'm saying? So, I learned that then. But then also when coming into the truth, it's like that's how the Hebrew language is too. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. We got the number one, the most important word in the Hebrew language is the tetragrammaton, which means what? 4 letters. You know what I'm saying? So this 4-letter thing is important. So, we're coming with the urban gorilla and the gorilla Hebrew thing, which is important. So just kind of backtracking on that. So that's kind of like my whole thing with the primates.
Okay, primates.
The primate. Planet of the Apes, stuff like that. These are always stuff I like.
Okay.
Optimus Prime.
The great
Hold on. You don't remember Salaki? You probably a little young for this, but they used to have Transformers Beast Wars. And Optimus Prime was Optimus Primal. He was a gorilla.
Okay.
So between him and then there was the albino tiger, and them was my favorite 2 niggas on there. He'll be taking it back. So I always like gorillas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My whole life.
So it might be a funny question. What is ape shit? What is it?
What is ape shit? Like, what is the song or what is the term?
Both.
The term in me, I guess, go crazy.
Okay. Is that what you're doing on the song? Is going crazy?
Well, I like to think so.
Okay.
One of the first prominent people to me is on Power. Or not Power. What's that song Kanye with the Daft Punk sample on it?
Oh,
Stronger. Yeah. Right? Go ahead, go nuts, go ape shit. So they really popularized it in my mind from that point. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is. And then the song is just, I was just trying to come with it. So,
what's some of the bars in there?
So, boy, I said I'm a gorilla, go ape shit. They just can't contain them. I came up with them gangsters twisting fingers banging until I open up them pages, rearrange my thinking, still I ain't playing, take this blade and try to stain my raiment. So even with that, of course, it's talking about, the Bible as the blade, and I talk about that elsewhere on the album, the scriptures being the blade. We're cutting people with, of course, we're not, murdering,
As some are the axe toting, the hammer toting.
Like that,
as some are.
As some are. You're not talking about murdering anybody. Right. We're talking about utilizing the scriptures to cut, dagger. They used to do daggers.
Yeah.
Right? So, what I say, I still ain't playing, take this blade, try to stain my raiment. Then I say, blood everywhere, you can call me Tarantino. If you watch Quentin Tarantino movies, he has a fascination with gore, as well as the hard R, N-word with the hard R. You can find that in almost all of his films. You know what I'm saying? Boom, blood everywhere, you can call me Tarantino. Unequal to the Most High, there will never be no. I just said there will never be no. Unequal to the Most High, there will never be no. Gorilla got it on everywhere that he go. And it's sharper than any two-edged sword, not a Desert Eagle. Clarifying what I'm talking about with what's on me, of course, the Bible. Balls out the pockets. Funny, we was just at the we went to the cookout with Wi-Fi and WFI, and of course, since Thunder was there, and Joel was like, he said, what he got in this Bible? Boy, you know what I'm saying? I pulled it out like, I'm always gonna have it. You know what I mean? I'm naked without the scripture. So it's on me so much. I don't even feel the Bible anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I really have to check sometimes if I got it because I'm so used to feeling it. Already any tourist sword, not a Desert Eagle. Oh, then there's a sideline.
Oh, okay. What's the sideline?
I said a side run to be in church and get the cutting up. You know what I'm saying? Why?
I will.
This is documented. I was talking about what actually happens. You see what I'm saying? SICARRI, the merciful day. He came. You go to your church and get the cutting up. Then the merciful. Then the next line is your pastor's a fraud. He's the worst. You better buckle up. And it's literally a reference to you in the particular church in Dallas. Pastor, he's a fraud. Nigga, he wasn't ready. He had to buckle up. Yeah. He wasn't ready at all. Right? Your pastor a fraud, he the worst, he better buckle up. Then these little bras they out here twerking and fuck it up. It's funny because I mean that's what they do. Fuck it up, sis. Fuck it up, sis. You know what I'm saying? They love doing it. I just was watching a video earlier, like, oh my god, here they're doing it. Yeah. They're doing exactly what I said. Yeah. Boom,
what exactly are they fucking up? That's what I be thinking. Like,
what is your
reputation, your image, your character? So, what are you really fucking up?
Good questions, right? What I say, you little bras out here twerking and fuck it up. Didn't wonder why nobody wipes them. They get fucking done. Of course, you're doing these things. They attract men, and all you showcased was sex. So you got sex, and then then now this the men are now disinterested.
Right.
Nobody wife you get fucking dumb. Know your worth, sis. We under curses. With no discretion out here, you damn near worthless. Referencing the scripture in Proverbs, a woman without discretion is like a jewel in a snout's nose. A swine snout. Right? You're essentially it's this beautiful gem that's went to waste because you're untouchable now. I can't even mess with you now. You see what I'm saying? With no discretion out here, you damn near worthless. Yeah, you look good, but it's only on the surface. Very surfacely, there's that surface beauty that's being showcased, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a female in particular that just popped in my mind. You know her. You know about her at least. You know the one. And I was watching the story, remember, because you prompted me actually to watch a story last night. Yeah. And I was watching the story, and she was just going on how, these girls are. Girls are going out of their way to try to please men and do what they want. These niggas better learn how to do what I like. She said something to that effect, right? And she said, I learned that from my mother, and you got to put a ring on it. And my mother's been married 3 times, but niggas always. But that, okay. So wait, she's been married 3 times. So wait, right?
It didn't work very well.
It just didn't work 3 times. So. It's just crazy because that's what it is. Yeah, you look good, but that's only on the surface. What about past that? Like, people don't understand good looks. They're exalted in this society, but they really they really can only get you so far. Because you can look as good as you want to get, and then if we have a conversation and there's air in between your ears,
you'd be ugly now.
Then it's like, I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? So, you look good, but it's only on the surface. And I say, her bio say God first, but she all capped like she work lids. Because, of course, there's a lot of women out there that have God first in their bio, but it's capped. They're not honoring the Most High. You want to build on that?
Oh, I'd love to build on that tremendous point you just brought out. I remember, even in the world, it's like, find the woman with a Proverbs or that Jeremiah 29 and 11 verse in her bio. She's the one that's going to give it up quick. I know it. I guarantee it. They're fast. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know it. It happens. Every single time they got God first. Some relation with God. Some Bible verse in there. And just be everybody knowing that they're, what did old boy say? A slooze. A flooze. But besides that, how important do you think it is? Because the song, in the beginning, I think we was talking about how it's kind of predicated toward people from a particular lifestyle in terms of growing up in a particular place, maybe because it's in certain gangs, etc. But you also showing the sisters some love too, even though it's not a love song. So that I want everybody to know that you get a little bit of everything from this, right? And it's
we got something on there for the sisters. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got I didn't get a chance to get my the right record to get my multi-platinum Grammy nominated brother. You know what I'm saying on there. But maybe in future things we could really do something for the sisters. But there's something for the sisters on there. You know what I mean? And they're already responding to it. So it's a beautiful thing. But even in this record, which is a hard record when you listen to it, because they do have a movement throughout the country and before this thing. They were having events called Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. You see what I'm saying? So sisters like that too. They're into that as well. So it's good that even on them type of records, you still give them acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? So that's clearly here. Some bars for the sisters. Go ahead.
What is that the end of the song?
Know what I said? Everybody else say God first, but she all cap like she work lids. Boom. I said I came out the mud, the streets raised a thug, the Lord woke me up, washed me in the blood. Of course in the blood of Mashiach Yahushua. I'm rocking fringes in the club, I don't give a fuck, right? Which of course we know we know it's true, we do it all the time, right? I'm rocking fringes in the club, I don't give a fuck. Now nigga tell me where you from when I hit you up. So now, of course, the term hit somebody up, you know what I'm saying? Tell me where you're from when I hit you up is gang terminology. Basically, you ask somebody where they from, and you know they're supposed to identify themselves. So the next line is Southside Third Tribe. So I'm identifying with the tribe of Levi, you know, Southern Kingdom now. You know what I mean? I'm making sure to showcase that we're identifying properly where we really are from before we were slaves in America, even before we were in West Africa, all the way back to home. So I said Southside Third Tribe, of course, tribe of Levi, third born of Jacob. Southside Third Tribe, seen trying to purge mine, of course, trying to cleanse myself from my sins. Southside Third Tribe, seen trying to purge mine, and I say, killed the old man, left that nigga brain curbside. So the line about the old man is, you know, Paul in his epistles talks about, you know, what you have to do to the old man. You know what I mean? Colossians 3, mortify thy members, which are upon the earth. Basically kill that person that you used to be that was ruled by your flesh and not by the spirit. So I said, killed the old man, left that nigga brains curbside. Like I smoked how I used to be.
You smoked yourself.
Yeah, I smoked myself.
Smoking on the outside.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't remember? Have you seen Fight Club?
No.
Before you seen Fight Club, right? Remember at the
wait,
end?
which one's Fight Club?
It's with Brad Pitt and what's his name?
Edward Norton.
Ed Norton, right? Brad Pitt and Ed Norton.
I might have seen it. I might have
So,
seen
Right.
it.
Yeah, with the soap, and they got they're organizing all these niggas. It was that movie is crazy, and you can watch it a million times, and you gonna get even deeper. Like, oh shit, out of it. But he basically develops an alternative personality that he's unaware of totally, right? And what happens is, bro, at the end of the movie, I think he just bangs himself.
Damn.
But he's alive still, though.
Damn, I can't. Hold on,
Listen.
I'm not even gonna ask no questions.
Listen,
I might want to watch
but the nigga bang himself,
Okay.
right? But because he's killing his other self, his alter ego. You know what I'm saying? So
So in
that's
an
basically what I'm
effort to
saying.
kill the person he's become,
Uh-huh.
he shoots.
Well, his other ego, he shoots himself because he realized he finally got that it's him.
Oh, okay.
He's losing it. They're like, yo, who is such and such? And they're like, everybody. First they think he's fucking with them.
Right.
Because he go and ask them about his other ego. And they're looking at him like you playing? Like, niggas would just brush him off. Like, the fuck? And then it come out, wait, it's this nigga. He realizes, like, oh, it's me. This whole fucking time. So, you know, it's if you watch that movie, it's crazy. But I saw when I was young, and I never fully wrapped my head around it till I got older and watched it. Like, oh, like I knew eventually. Like, wait, okay, it was him. Well, the movie is at the end is obvious, but it never dawned on me the implications of the whole thing. So after you watch it, this is why it doesn't spoil it for you, because you can watch it now knowing, oh, it's him. So it's gonna really fuck with you even more the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? But boom, killed the old man, let the nigga brains curbside. Hopped up off the porch, gang banging when I turned 9. And only by the grace of the Most High, nigga turned fun. So because to, you know, get involved in something like that at that young of an age, and it may sound crazy to some people, but it's not uncommon at all. It's very cultural. You know what I'm saying? In certain areas where it's like that's just what we're gonna do. It was, I could really even say it was before 9, but that's when I kind of made that conscious decision. It was like that process, you know, because a lot of times when people think about initiation process, they just think about, you know, a jump in or, you know, whatever, but not realizing that really, truthfully, there's a process that leads up to it. That's like the graduation. You see what I'm saying? Finally. There's like a school of hard knocks that come before that, really. You know what I'm saying? That a nigga got to go through. So, you know, and they started putting me through that just young because I just wanted to be down whatever was going on with, you know what I mean, the people outside. So, you know, but it's miraculous that, you know, I do that at 9. I mean, I'm in a, you know, near-death situation just 5 years later at 14. This is all happening very young ages, situations that, you know, niggas that's grown, you know, who act like they, you know, it haven't gone through. You know what I'm saying? And this is stuff that we're dealing with in prepubescence and in adolescence and things of that nature. So, only by the grace of the Most High, I know that the Most High preserved me through those situations. Only by the grace of the Most High, nigga turn fine. What I said, then the next line is, keep your vain philosophies. Nothing trumps these prophecies, right? Of course, because there's so many philosophies out here contrary to Scripture, but nothing can deal with the prophetic nature of the Scriptures. Keep your vain philosophies. Nothing trumps these prophecies. I'm in the book of Sirach. Motherfuck some Socrates. You know what I'm saying? Because, that book of Sirach is just loaded with wisdom. But people will act like, Socrates is one of the greatest and wisest philosophers that this world has ever seen. Which to me is, bullshit. He might have a couple of good little gems. That's cool. But he can't mess with the book of Sirach. He can't mess with Jesus ben Sirach.
No.
By any means. I'm in the book of Sirach. Motherfucks with Socrates. I said, knock you off your block with ease. I got all my ox with me. The law is perfection, my nigga, not the Glock you squeeze, because of course the Glock gun manufacturer's tagline is perfection. But I'm saying, no, it's these laws that's really the perfection, not the Glock. I said I came from Hilltop with lots of C's, of course, now referencing where I grew up at, which is a Crip-dominated community. Came from Hilltop with lots of C's that really been shot by bees. The blood is really shot. You know what I'm saying? Then I said, now look, all the blood's getting taught by me. For people that don't know, there's always been this strange thing to where a lot of brothers who was, bloods in the world are, drawn to me and my teachings. A lot of bloods. And then I reference some bloods. I said, go ask Baby Taco, of course, brother Asar, from Center Park Bloods. We got, then I said Lil Papa from the Lanes. And then I referenced Dabak, and I said, come to Atlanta, you could even ask Dabak about me, which was doing this thing, banging blood before it came into the truth here in Atlanta. Who's now Officer Dabak, who y'all hear on the album. Yahweh Shah paid the cost, and no thotties on both of those, powerful brothers. So, boom, that's how the song is. Come to Atlanta, you can even ask Dabak about me.
Okay.
Which is just beautiful how the Most High, we started a couple years ago, that thing came where, brothers within the circle started calling me the apostle to the bloods. You know what I'm saying? You had Peter was the apostle to the circumcision, Paul was the apostle to the uncircumcision, me, I'm the apostle to the bloods. But just like Paul's relation to the uncircumcision, I had that same relation with the bloods. I didn't dislike them, hated them. I remember the first person who was a blood who I actually was friendly with. You know what I'm saying? I recollect that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just wouldn't, I was indoctrinated with disdain for these people. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time a nigga threw some red on. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I would, if I saw a homie wearing too much red, I'm DPing a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nigga, you got a belt. Like, that's how I was taught. So now to be able to teach these brothers, you know what I'm saying, it's amazing. All praise to the Most High for that. Boom, what's the next joint? Let me see. Going Jason. Going Jason.
What's the inspiration of going Jason?
Well, my son. My son loves Jason. Put on Friday the 13th one day, and Jason's been his nigga ever since. You know what I'm saying? To him, Jason's killing bad people. You know what I'm saying? So to him, Jason's a hero, right? So, he loves Jason and the Jason mask. So, it was just in my head one day, the first two lines of the hook. Gorilla's going Jason, nigga, why you cut so much? I can't help it, I'm Haitian, nigga, boom. Like, them two lines were just in my head. I think it was leaving the school and that it was in my head. You know what I'm saying? So when I got home, the rest of the hook came together. All I know is now my blade descriptions. Take your fucking blood and paint a picture again, referencing, metaphysical blood, right? Take your fucking blood and paint a picture. Boom, call me Gorilla Voorhees, of course, Jason Voorhees, right? Boom. Israel the elect, referencing the album title. The earth was created for me, of course, because he said he made the world for the elect's sake. Israel, we're the elect. So the world is made for us. So Israel, the elect, man, the earth was created for me. The moral of the story, worship Yahweh and never go a-whoring. That's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. That's the end of the discussion. Worship the Most High, never go into idolatry. So that's the hook, of course. Then boom, the verse come in. Let me give you a breakdown. Half of Jacob is faking, man. They straight clowns. Just talking about a lot of the fakery and the clown shit that goes on in the Israelite community. Half of Jacob is faking, man. They straight clowns. They keep turning these spiritual faves down. They don't want to debate. They keep running from these debates and playing these games. Tell them to go live. They running faster than the Greyhound, of course, because those are the racing dogs, right? Boom. Iron's supposed to sharpen iron, right? So that's why they shouldn't be so afraid. Scriptures talk about iron sharpening iron. You can get sharper from these exchanges. Iron's supposed to sharpen iron. You soft and sweet and fronting like you got the heart of lions. And that's what a lot of people do in this truth, out of this truth, just in general, are not who they portray themselves to be. They're fronting. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just hard nigga. And you're not even like that. Iron supposed to sharpen iron. You understand, right? Soft and sweet and fronting like you got the heart of lions. And I said, what? Come and try it. We'll start a riot. I am prophesying until I'm fossilizing, meaning we're going to keep bringing these out to our death. You know what I mean?
Nobody can do.
Exactly. We prophesying until we find nigga tell the bones is fossils. Nigga, you gotta come dig me up. We bringing this word out. You know what I'm saying? I am prophesying you until I'm fossilizing. I say you philosophizing, teaching garbage lies, and we gotta detoxify it with the hottest fire. Right? Referencing Jeremiah 5:14, I shall make our mouth is as fire. And of course, fire is a purification agent, right?
Exactly.
But we're detoxifying this BS with the hottest fire through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, of course. Hottest fire with the hottest fire. Boom, when I say Israelites standing tall, call me Stoudemire, referencing, Amari, of course, in the truth. Shalom to that brother. Stoudemire. If what you believe is the truth, you calling God a liar, because a lot of these belief systems that they hold to are so contrary to Scripture that basically they don't understand, even though they claim to believe in the Most High, they're really calling him a liar with what they believe in. They're true and he's the liar, right? Boom, that's the end of the verse. Hook comes back in. And then I say what? Oh, boom. Next line come in. Nigga, check my pedigree. I was young and thugging, came up banging the letter C. Was always trying to find where the cheddar be. Had no clue what the Lord would have ahead of me. So just, coming from this place in the world, the same place that so many of our people are at, this facade, like, oh, I'm just about getting money, nigga, and, being in the street, all this bullshit that's just retarded.
Vanity.
You know what I mean? Vanity, like I said on the other one, on 2020. You know what I'm saying? The street shit is vanity, straight up insanity. But I had no clue what the Lord would have ahead of me. I spoke about this on, what document y'all talked about this on?
You talking about when you're going to be a preacher one day?
Yeah, well, I was going to do the Lord's work one day.
I think that was the homecoming too.
You think that was homecoming?
Yeah, I think so.
Or not 7 degrees?
It was 7 degrees.
It was 7 degrees, I think, because that tied into 7 degrees. But the whole thing was crazy. You should remember, you did the camera work on 7 degrees. You know what I'm saying? But it was crazy because it was just like I didn't know. I just made that deal with the Most High. Like, I'm just going to do whatever, you want me to do. I didn't know what that was, how that looked. I had no clue what the Lord would have ahead of me. Boom, he took his time, reinvented a better me, because people, even seeing this now, understanding the journey, they don't understand, the level of work that's had to happen to even get to this point. He took his time, reinvented a better me. Now we on the streets teaching, leaving them headless, G, of course, referencing back to the blade being the scriptures, and cutting people head off with the Bible, of course, right?
Right.
Now we on the streets teaching, leaving them headless, G, and his sword is the letters that he sent to me. We in the streets teaching repentance relentlessly. It's the recycled line that's on the Chief and Deacon song, but it's a good line, so I wanted to reuse it. We're teaching repentance relentlessly. We're relentlessly teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to repent. Oh, boom. Okay, so then I say, Jason, how I walk up on him and cut him. Right? Fuck all your thoughts and rebuttals. You scoffers is all in trouble. You know what I mean? It's we're getting to a point where it's like
Doesn't matter what you say.
it's just you're cut.
You're
You're
cut.
cut. You're cut. You scoffers is all in trouble. Through the spirit, I got it all off the muscle. You softer than cotton, brother. We on the block while y'all cuddle. We're on the streets teaching. These niggas is laid up somewhere.
They're not
Doing
with a woman, though.
They're not even. They're cuddling with the.
No, we're not even saying with a man,
Hey,
but
listen,
just a pillow.
Hey,
Or
listen, just
you
a
see-
life-size pillow.
Right.
And I can tell by some of the frustration that be going on with these brothers out that you know what I mean, that they're not even hugged up with the woman. I can tell by their frustration. So, wait, that's the sound of a brother who he's not getting loved. That love is not there for him. You know what I mean? I can tell by how many YouTube videos the nigga done did on us this week.
Man.
He doesn't have love at home. Because that girl would have been told that nigga to come to bed by now. You know what I'm saying? If he was really getting the love he was supposed to be getting. So I feel sorry for some of these
The
brothers.
love of many shall wax cold. So the Bible says what happened in the last days.
That's true. You're not lying.
You're fulfilling prophecy. brother.
That's it.
Go
That's
for that.
it. You know what I mean? It'll happen. The man's enemies shall be in his own household.
That's what it says.
You know what I'm saying? So, boom, and that was the last line of that verse. The Seahawks are going crazy right now. So like, I'm getting out of alerts. So boom, that was the last line of that, and then boom, we going to Yahweh Shai paid the cost.
Okay, and this is a feature.
This is a feature with Officer Tobacco War.
Bible War. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, what was the inspiration for this song? You just wanted just a feature and thought, or you heard the beat and said, "I want a feature," or you rapped on it and said,
Nah, like so. This song, honestly, I put this song on 3 different beats. Right, the first one I heard that made me write it, and then maybe come with the hook.
So you write your songs and then put them on beats, not.
It could go either way. It could go either way.
Okay.
Or sometimes I might write it to one beat and go, you know what? I don't like this beat no more. Let me find a beat that I feel like is more adequate for the record.
Okay, and that's kind of how you said, like how you would you just inception started when you hear a beat and you just start naturally in your head.
Yeah, boom, and here it
So,
comes.
okay.
You know what I mean? So, but you know, things can always change, right? So with this song, literally, this was the third. The one y'all heard is the third beat I chose for it. But the first one is what inspired the hook. I just was like, you know, hearing it, boom. What I say? How's it start? I'm sorry. That was the last 2. Talk to me. What I say? I open them pages. They talk to me. Come on there, bro. Walk from me. A girl that sauce on me. How should I pay the cost on me? Yeah, okay, boom. So that's how it came. So that's how it came. Like boom. That's the first thing I heard. Was that I opened the pages. They talk to me. Then it was like, okay, okay, come on now, bro. Walk with me. Urban Grla, I wanted to plug the line, right? Boom. And then it was like, well, what I say after that? Oh, Yahushua. Let's bring Yahushua into it, because I wanted to make sure that you know that you know the Most High. And of course, like the Most High gets his glorification on the album, you know, because that's what it's about. Lift up him in song for him. But then also in the Psalms, he said, "What kiss the Son, lest he be angry." So you also got to make sure you giving the Son his due, because the Father is pleased with, you know, with that. So boom, Yahweh Shai paid the cost, homie. He the boss man. He got up on the cross for me, so he went, you know, did what he did on that cross, the redemptive works of Christ.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
You know, exactly. Which you know, and that makes him the boss. That's why the Most High said, on earth,
He's the boss.
He's the boss. Under me is him.
Yeah.
He's the boss. Call me the boss.
Yeah, that's
Open
nice.
up your album budget, right?
Recording budget.
Your recording budget, right? So, you know, he's the boss. So we wanted to make sure the boss get his homage, his proper homage. So boom, Yahweh Shai paid the cost on me. He the boss man. He got up on the cross for me, right? Boom. So elaborating on what makes him that boss is that action of doing, you know, the Father's will in that instance. So, boom. So that's how it came together. And then, boom. See me right on Front Street, chewing through doctrines. Like, no, I said chewing through shit. That's why I end up. I wrote doctrines, but it just wasn't coming out right. So I said shit on the record, right? Yeah, boom. You know what I'm saying? Chewing through shit like lunch meat. I'm a motherfucking king like Bun B, of course, because Bun and Pimp C are, you know, the underground kings, right? Motherfucking king like Bun B, gorilla nigga no King Kong Bundy, of course, because you know, wrestling King Kong Bundy was this big ass white boy, but he was called King Kong. You know what I mean? King Kong Bundy, but you know, King Kong the gorilla. So boom, I'm a gorilla nigga, no King Kong Bundy. In the streets, man, they would have to jump me, even pull guns out, try to dust me. Took it off, felt like she didn't even touch me. I told that story on what is that, 12 Years Awake? about getting jumped and not feeling it. Remember, the Mexicans had jumped me. So when I said, boom, basically during that time, I getting jumped by 20 grown men, or the time I got shot, literally, I was not in pain in either of those instances. So I said, took it off, felt like shit didn't even touch me. You're going to ask how I know the Lord loved me. He's already demonstrated this to me throughout my life, before the truth, right? Boom, he gave us his love, his son from above. He gave us his love for his son from above. What did I say? He gave us his love, his son from above. For babies is born addicted to drugs. Because love is much more than kisses and hugs. And this is what people don't understand. Our people primarily, which is who actually even matters, is how the love of the Most High works. And people don't understand that somebody might say a baby born addicted to drugs and just say, how is there a God, or he's this or he's that, but not realizing the grander scheme of things once you zoom out from his vantage point and what he had to put us through as a nation for our disobedience and disloyalty to him. But his love is still there. We get something that is still obtainable, still honest, actually. Right? Malachi 1, Jacob said, wherein has thou loved us? Right? But he demonstrates what he's going to do to Esau. I'm going to exterminate these people. I know it may seem like, because they're running shit now, like I'm with them, but I'm going to exterminate these people. They're never going to be anything once I take them down. Y'all got still an opportunity for salvation here. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what I'm talking about there. Because love is much more than kisses and hugs. Then I say the pimps and the strippers, the tippers and thugs, spending and getting them chips in the club, right? So boom, of course, let's go into a strip club, right? Put our minds there, not literally walk in there.
You know
yeah, right, boom. Boom, the strippers, the tippers, the pimps, and the thugs. So of course you got, in the strip club, you got girls dancing, you got customers, you got pimps, you know what I mean? And of course, thugs, gangsters, whatever, will come around, spending, either throwing the money or getting the money, spending or getting them chips in the club. Stop all that shit quick and just listen up, open the Bible. It's given to us. You see what I'm saying? So, just calling our people to repentance and to come back to the word of the Most High that's found in the Bible. Boom, and then the hook comes in, and in the box, and what's interesting is, the thing too, what it was, once I start hearing the hook and I start switching the beat, that's when I start hearing the Bach on it, and I wanted to have the Bach on it. So then I sent him the beat. Especially once I flipped to the third beat, the final one that we hear, I'm like, yeah, definitely. But by the second one, I already had wanted the Bach on it. But the third one I knew for sure, so I sent him that. Boom, right to this. Yeah, how should I pay the cost? Okay, boom. And so when we recorded with Conor War, I said the hook, but we talked about it, and we're like, yeah, let's have the Bach do it too. So then that's why you hear us swap. Sometimes it's just me, just him, or it'll be that swap out. You know what I mean? That was, the engineering master. You know what I mean? He made sure to put that together. But even the Bach's part is really my favorite part of the song. I really like, what he did with the verse. I like his ad-libs. I like, his whole performance on there is great. You know what I mean? And
his first line, Black Messiah,
Yeah,
save us from Mitzrayim.
Mitzrayim, yeah.
That was hard.
It's
a hard way to start.
Listen, he was going in, and people are responding a lot to what I'm seeing. Just since, the albums went out and just assessing the reception, they're responding to that a lot. And, they'll be looking forward to his project for sure. Look for the Bach Awards project. It's some big records on the Box project. Listen, they don't even know that have been sitting in this vault that they're not even ready for. You know what I mean? So y'all just look out for the Box project. You know what I'm saying?
You ever think about having a group? Well, I mean, the group is sorry, SICARRI, but I'm saying, but within SICARRI.
Well, we're talking about possibly doing a compilation or something like that, a SICARRI compilation.
It could be the continuation of the Guerrilla unit.
That's true. You know what I mean? Maybe we can holler at 50.
Right.
Since we gave him this huge promotion with this, versus playlist. You know what I mean?
And the power.
And the power. We put it off on you, nigga.
We are.
You know what I mean? You need a righteous G unit. Come with the new G unit, the righteous G unit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So
God's unit.
God's unit. Yeah. G unit, God's unit. That's a good idea. But yeah, so yeah, I really love the Box contribution on that. That was fire. He really makes the next record is Soldiers.
I'm on a block with some soldiers. Okay.
Ooh, Soldiers. This is another one.
Is this the feature?
This is a feature.
This is with Black Man, Black Boots.
Young Bundles. Young Bundles.
Bundles.
And you know, for people that don't know, you can look up Young Bundles Philly on your YouTube, and you'll see what he was doing before he came into the truth. You know, brother is very talented artist, very talented lyricist. I just so I have had this song for a long time, written it. This is another one where I switched the beats on it though.
When did you first hear about Hayaman being a rapper? Was it early on or?
Nah, it was with that Black Man, Black Boots thing.
Okay, I just kept saying it, and then so when you were like, let me check it out.
Where was we at though? It was on a trip.
Nakawan was probably.
It was on a trip though. No, Nakawan played it.
Probably in Atlanta for this Passover.
It might have been for the Passover.
Yeah. Because that's the only time. When was? Because
there might have been something in between that.
Maybe it was at the Airbnb when Hayaman was over there. Remember in Clouds Park. That's what it was.
I believe so.
Okay, all right.
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's when I first heard about it. So
Okay.
I seen he was ill, and then I think you actually played me the song though at a later time. So I think I talked about it when we went to DC in July. I think I talked with him about him rapping and stuff or whatever. So then boom, when I get in album mode, I write Soldiers, and I like the beat a lot. Once I switch it to this beat, I'm feeling it a lot, and I'm just feeling like, you know what? Let me get somebody else on this too. Because once I decided, okay, I was gonna do 10 records, minus the intro and outro, of course. I was gonna do 10 songs. Said I think I wanted to do 5 features, 5 without features. Through the spirit. So that's how it worked out in the spirit. But so yeah, I'm like, boom. You know what I mean? How like bundles? I got the Bach on 2. I got Deacon on 2. Who else is having bars? In SICARRI. And I know, truthfully, we have other artists in SICARRI. I'm just not that familiar with their music like that. So
have that meeting.
we got you know what I'm saying, we gotta sit down and take a look at really analyze all our artists, because the Most High, he gave us a lot of talent, you know what I'm saying? All praises to him. He gives that gift without repentance. So okay, boom, got bundles on there, he got it, me clean it up, send it back to me. Wow, so yeah, rolling off, you know what I'm saying, through the spirit, it was just fire. So boom, Howard, come on, boom, Soldiers. It was really, I really wasn't just thinking, I just was thinking about just saying this, repeating the Soldiers theme over and over. Soldiers. I'm on the block with some soldiers. I'm talking precept holders. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what we're about at the end of the day. People can try to paint us to be about this and that, but we're about precepts, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're about the Bible. I'm on the block with some soldiers. I'm talking precept holders. Wake your game up like Folgers. You know what I'm saying? We're here to wake you up like it. Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. You know what I'm saying? Boom, wake your game up like Folgers. Soldiers. We moving wiser than cobras. Be wise as a serpent, right? SICARRI is La Kosher Nostra, right? That's even a nod back to Deacon's album, right?
For people that don't know, what is Kosher Nostra?
That means this thing of ours,
Okay.
which is in Italian, which is like what the mafia calls it. Like this is our thing, right? The mafia. SICARRI is La Kosher Nostra. What I say?
Fold up.
Yeah, origami. I bet you gonna fold up. You know what I mean? You know about origami, right? We a little bit about origami. I bet you gonna fold up. The line was longer. We had to shorten it. You know what I mean? Wasn't coming out all the way, but it was your pastor's origami. I bet you he gonna fold up. Just like a steel chair, right? Boom, folding chair, right? Just like a steel chair came up cripping here, just like a wheelchair. But now since emojis came out, the crip emoji is of course the handicap emoji, right? Came up cripping here, just like a wheelchair. What I say?
Hassan pull a dagger and just leave him there.
Is that the next line? I think that's hold on. Wheelchair. Side for the. You're right. Okay. Side for the blade and just leave him there. Daggers, right? Referencing, you pulled that dagger. Boom. I'm a priest and a prophet, not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I got this out, people got to understand that this is, you know, we did this and this is beautiful and this is like a expansion of the ministry. But of course, you know, the primary work is teaching, right? I'm a priest and a prophet, not a rapper. You a keyboard boy and a capper. Proverbs 18. Boy, you get smacked up. Right?
It could happen.
Hey, it could happen. I'm talking Nehemiah because we know Nehemiah did it, right?
Yeah. You're forgetting Nehemiah, I think 4 and 17. The one they had a work instrument in one hand. It says
And the weapon in the other hand, right? I'm talking Nehemiah. These people is wood, nigga, we the fire, right? Of course, going back again, referencing that Jeremiah 5 again. These people are wood, nigga, we the fire. What did I say? Nehemiah, these people is wood, nigga, we the fire. Let's wait for the day that Euphrates dry up, right? Of course, prophecy. Wait for the day that Euphrates dry up.
Stop getting lined up.
Yeah, okay. I pray every day that my people rise up, stop eating pork and stop getting lineups. They push the button and we catch our ride up. You know what I'm saying? So pray our people repent, the missiles get sent, and we get delivered, right? Trying to get flued out. Right? We know, of course, that goes back to Young Miami, the twerk contest. And, you know, you go get flued out. I'm trying to get flued out by the Most High the Chariots, right? Trying to get flued out. Came up grooving all orange and all blue down again, referencing back to, you know, what I used to do, and of course, the whole wearing blue and orange. Came up grooving all orange and all blue down. Never had 5 on it like Drew down. Of course, 5 on it dealing with smoking weed. I never was a weed smoker, but your boy might have moved me a few pounds. I didn't use drugs. I sold them. Gave it all up in hopes of a new crown, right? Of course, referencing back to Yahweh Shai's handing them crowns out like in 2nd Ezra.
Does that kind of go back to the story you told about that last little bit of work that you had to do?
Boom. Yeah, well, but that's part of it. It's in the spirit. It was in the spirit. I didn't even realize it. But exactly, I threw it in the dumpster. Boom, a whole ounce. Gave it all up in hopes of a new crown. I'm quoting Ezra and Luke now. In debating this mildly shootout. That's the only shootouts we have now is with the scriptures. And then boom, here come Hayaman, Young Bundles come on, let me get them. What you know about waking up from a whole lifetime of living savage. Oh, wait. So then Hayaman come on there and just, you just do what he does. You know what I'm saying? And, then the hook come back on. So, yeah, that's a big record. Like I said, people are responding really well to that one. You know what I'm saying as well. That's heavy. Might have to really consider doing a video for that. Go out there.
That's a tough track.
Hey, go out there to Philly and do the go out to Philly and do that
I
video.
like that idea. I really do. Not when it's cold though. I don't.
Yeah,
Wait till it warms up.
We decided to do that already last year.
Right.
Yeah,
We did that last
in
year,
November,
remember?
yeah. It was freezing up.
Yeah.
Atlanta's getting cold enough.
Yeah. I'm not trying to go up top.
It's an
bro.
Oregon bull.
But see, it's different kind of cold though, because Northwest cold, it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
We're rain cold, like 50 degrees, 40 degrees. It don't get no. I mean, it can.
It will, but it's not steadily like
Bro,
that.
the snow is like we
Nice.
closing school for snow.
Yeah,
in the Northwest. They
the-
closing school.
yeah.
For them,
And the snow's not coming till like January, February.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? Usually. Yeah. So yeah, boom. And then the last song on there is No Thotties.
This is the last one on the whole album.
Well, then the outro. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
the last actual song is No Thotties.
Is this the most controversial song?
No, I don't think.
Is it controversial to tell women not to be a thought?
I think maybe in 2020 it might actually be. It might. As crazy as it is, it might be. Especially when we got stuff like other damn. I don't know.
Wow.
It's not popular anymore. But the Amber Rose slut walk.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm saying? I think it may be controversial to tell girls
We
not
got
to
something
be
called
thought.
slut shaming.
You can't thought shame. You know what I'm saying?
Should I
It's my.
refrain from the SL word?
The word slut is a slur.
Okay.
It's a derogatory slur towards women who want to live freely,
I
brother.
apologize.
Nah, come on now. You know what I'm saying? So he's right though. It may be controversial in 2020, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I don't give a goddamn.
What was the inspiration for No Thotties?
Man, bro, I don't know.
Just seeing a bunch
I heard this beat, and
Yeah.
this beat was just insane. And I said, what do I want to say? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And this beat is hard. I need to get on it.
Was it a type of beat that you feel like a thought agenda would be pushed on it? So you're gonna hop on the beat and do the exact opposite.
Well, possibly.
Okay.
Because certainly I can hear Cardi B on this
Okay,
beat. You know
okay,
what I mean? Really easily. Meg on this beat.
Right.
Nicki on it.
Right.
Easy. Any of them will get on this thing, right?
Okay.
So, and then I just was like, okay, what I'm gonna say? Then I start naming some of these prominent girls, right? And to say, I got one that looks like this one or looks like that one, but they don't act and think and present themselves like that, because you don't. If you don't, a lot of these girls are feeling like if they have their good looks, they have to accentuate every single thing about it and put that out there. That's when Paul wrote in his letter about that there should not be, adorning should not be in the outward appearance, embroidered hair and jewelry.
Yeah.
People think that means he was saying don't
get
braids and jewelry. It's not what he's saying. All he's saying is don't put all the more focus on that than your inward person. You see what I'm saying? And that's really the moral of this. With the glorification and the glamorization of thought culture amongst our people now. Of course, it's slut culture, where the Chicago niggas came out and they popularized the term thought, so now that's the term everybody uses. So it's really exactly what Paul was writing in that. That's the moral of this whole thing. So I got one that looked like Cardi, another one looked like Ariana Fletcher, which is now, G Herbo's baby mom, Moneybagg Yo's girlfriend. Good looking sisters. I got one looks like Ari. Got one like Cardi, got another one like Artie. Covered up, can't see their bodies. Virtuous girls, not no thotties.
We don't want those.
We don't want those. That's what it says, a rejection of that. I got one looks just like Juju. Of course, she's just one of my personal favorites. She's not necessarily the biggest putting thottery out there necessarily. But I just, again, one of my personal favorites. I got one that looks just like Juju, thick Haitian joint with no voodoo. Big old earrings like she Nunu, because you still can be you in being covered up and having your hair wrap and things like that. You still can express yourself in, your bamboos and stuff like that. Sisters like it, we love it, right? Boom. So,
There's a feature on this too.
of course, the bottle of water.
The bottle of water is again on the feature.
I gotta go get two from the bottom off top. So, covered up, can't see the boom. When I say, big armories like she Nunu hair wrap, man, you know how the Brews do. It's the Hebrew culture to wear their hair wrap in these.
What would you say of the women who believe that it's not a man's place to tell a woman what she can and cannot wear, and that you're a chauvinist?
I mean, we just gonna have to agree to disagree, baby. I don't know what to tell you, because I don't feel like it's chauvinistic at all. I think that nature itself teaches you that a grown-ass man is the leader of a grown woman and children, period. The leader of the world, the leader of society. Does this mean that men are always right and women are always wrong? No. But the leadership of humankind, and not just humankind, most every other animal that's ever existed is placed and responsible on the man. For the various reasons, that's how the Most High created order. The Most High created the world, he created order. That's the order he created. Anything outside of that order, you're going to see dysfunction, because things are out of order. So you cannot believe me, and you can do whatever you want to do, and then you could watch what happens when that happens, right? So yeah, whatever. So, but the crazy thing is, the verse that I rap on this, it's a verse I already had been wrote, not for this song. But I like the verse and I wanted to use the verse, so I used the verse on this song. But the verse is not so much even related to the hook, right? The hook has its message. The Bach, being that I sent it to him and told him this is the title, he knew what to rap about. But literally, my verse is a verse I had been wrote, so it was just like, alright, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rap this verse on here, but it's not so much tied into the actual theme of the record, you know what I'm saying? But it's still a high verse. That's why I liked it. And I liked it on that beat. I'm just glad I was able to get a message out on that hook, and then of course the box speaks further to it through the spirit. But boom, how I come in there, boom, in the streets I was repping that H stuff back. You know what I mean? People can fault me. All right, I made a lot of references back to the set. you know what I mean, on the record. So I'm expressing myself, right? Boom. Yeah, let's trade to the lay low, 43rd Street, 212th Street. Yeah, let's trade to the lay low. What I say, boom. I'll be on niggas' head like a Kango. You know, okay? Okay, well, I got that
right.
Kango on.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. You taking a couple pictures? Okay. You know, if you could, though. Because I wanted one.
Okay,
two, you know
no
what I'm saying?
problem.
Or matter of fact, you know what? Take it. Give it. You take this. So like it. Or if you can snap a couple in here. That one. Boom. I'll be on niggas' head like a Kango. When I said slicing them up like a mango, on niggas' head like a Kango.
Something like a Draco.
Yeah, I'm gonna come with the Draco line. Yeah, slicing them up. What I say? I be on niggas' head like a Kango, slicing them up like a Draco. No, slicing them up like a mango. Stay in this. No, what I say? Treat my Bible just like a Draco. Stay in the spirit, be faithful. Zechariah 13 and 8, bro. Of course, because we know it's 2/3 and it's 1/3. That's what that talks about. But we don't, of course, want to be in the 2/3. So we got to keep that in mind. The 2/3 of our people, the majority of our people, are going to be destroyed here. We want to be a part of that 1/3. Stay in the spirit, be faithful. Zechariah 13 and 8, bro. In the kingdom where I see myself. Some people can take that the wrong way and maybe saying that I'm dare counting myself for that number, and that's not what's happening. The kingdom is created for all of Israel. So we all gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? One way, either we're gonna be delivered and be there, we're gonna be born there. Either way, we're gonna be there. In the kingdom where I see myself there. Revelations 14 and 12. Those that are gonna be saved, the saints are gonna keep the commandments and have the faith in Yahweh. Revelations 14 and 12. Then I say, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I'm gonna need some help. Like I'm praying for help and strength from the Most High, because I can't stand these crackers, these Qibla elves, right? Esau, you know what I'm saying? They're just like little Qibla elves, annoying little ankle biting beasts. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stand them, so I can't stand these crackers, these Qibla elves. They need recompense. They need to be paid back for keeping me in hell. They need recompense, keeping me in hell. Then I say, fuck the police, Israel, we the 12, right? Because, of course, everybody call police 12 now. But we the real 12, the 12 tribes, Israel. Then I said, Levi up in here, let me see them L's. Boom, and then, you know, the hook come back on. And, you know, boom, then, you know, the bot come on with another powerful verse, blessed and graceful with through the Spirit of the Most High. So I'm grateful for that verse. Just fired. He was having a lot of fun on there. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of fun on that verse. You know what I'm saying? So all praises for that. Again, they're gonna be really looking forward to. And the thing about the Bach that's beautiful is the Bach has got this range. He's just got this range. Like when you hear, y'all gonna hear. I might name a couple records y'all ain't heard them yet. Like he'll have a running through the heathen, but then he's also got like.
We're gonna say the F.
I ain't gonna say the F one, but you know he's got soft records too.
Right.
Like I know the sisters are really gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Some of his records too, and he's
available. Sisters, go follow that man.
The Bible War
on Instagram.
On Instagram, just
I'll
like
give you his number.
Right? You know what I mean? He's a very eligible bachelor in these Atlanta streets.
That's right,
okay,
that's right.
But you know he's got this vast range, and they hear it because Yahweh Shai paid the cost, and nobody are two very different records in and of itself. You know. The sonically, you know, everything about him is different. You know what I'm saying? So they could even see the range there in the two features that he has. But yeah, the brother, man, he's just very talented. He went to a performing arts high school. You know, with a lot of your favorite entertainers that you know about today, singers and actors and rappers and athletes and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know, the brother's very talented in all praises. You know that, you know, he's you know, been around, and you know, we were able to meet each other, and even, you know, he was, what a lot of people don't know is he was dead set determining me on moving, getting me to move to Atlanta. This was his vision, long before it was mine, right? And you know, through the Spirit of the Most High, the man did it. You know, the man did it. So all praises for that. You know, and yeah, that's the album. That is the album. So you know they had to look for these other videos and all that, but
let them know where they can get it
again. It's on all major platforms right now, but I also have a URL that'll redirect you. Redirect you to the YouTube playlist because I know some people they're not really on the streamers like that. They might just deal with YouTube. So if you just type in elect, but that's EL3CT, right? And place the second E with a 3. EL3CT.stream, literally .stream. If you type that in, it'll direct you to the YouTube playlist, and you'll be able to listen to the album in full on YouTube if you don't mess with other streaming services. But if you just type in Gorilla Hebrew, GRLA space Hebrew, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, etc., it'll be on there. And you'll be able to stream it. Also, of course, we got the hard copy, the collector's edition hard copy and T-shirt that are available. So you can order those now at urbangorilla.com. Again, urbngrla.com. Those are available. You can order those. Again, that special collector's edition. All praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
All right. Yeah, like I said earlier, go support the brother album. He gave you the platforms, you can go purchase it. The Bot got an album coming soon. Go support all the SICARRI albums. Deacon, new album.
What's that?
Jagged Edge.
The J.E. album.
J.E. 10th studio album. Okay, go buy that. Buy this brother's
Stream
album.
the hell out of that.
Buy my album.
A billion streams on Pandora.
Buy
Double
my
album coming
and I don't
soon.
even have it out yet, but just buy it.
And just
I'll
buy
make
it.
sure to get it to you.
Just somehow buy it.
But with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We got a live stream about to do right now. The work never stops,
That's right.
regardless of the music and all that. So, shalom.